Who doesn't love the middle aisle at Lidl? You never know what you're going to find. While I'm in there today, I'm going to be having a look out for some DIY stuff. Hopefully they've got some tools to try out, because if they have, I'm going to get them, take them back home, give them a test and let you know if they're worth the money. You never really know what you're going to find in the middle aisle. I never expected to see a metal cutting bandsaw, nor a paddle mixer, to be fair. This set of handsaws doesn't look too bad. And a band clamp can be really useful, especially if you've got some picture frames that need fixing up. Set of screwdrivers, $7.99. These look pretty decent. You can't go wrong with a set of screwdrivers, every house needs them. An LED work light. This one's actually got a built-in power bank as well. That could be quite interesting. A tap and die set. Now this is much more for the metal workers, but still good that Lidl's got it. Pillar drill, again a bit advanced for us DIYers. Smaller set of screwdrivers. I like the look of the other set better, to be honest. Glue gun, I've actually already got this glue gun, it's quite good. And a wallpaper stripper as well. And look at this, welding mask in the middle aisle at Lidl. They've also got toolboxes and table saws, benchtop grinders. Now this has caught my eye, $24.99 for a paint sprayer. This looks pretty decent, could be an interesting one. Right, so I've picked a few things out. I've got the paint sprayer, I've got a set of screwdrivers, and I think I'm going to take some of this wood preserver as well, because it says on the tin that it's suitable for that particular paint sprayer. So we'll see how that goes. It's always a surprise what you actually find in there. A welding mask, a table saw, a metal cutting bandsaw. I think there's lots of options, but I think I've picked the better stuff just to try out at least. I've got the paint sprayer, which I'm hoping will work pretty well because that's a decent price, and I thought I'd get that like wood preserver stuff because it's designed for that sprayer, so it should give it its best chance. And of course the screwdriver set, dirt cheap, every house needs a set of screwdrivers, so let's see if they're any good. I can't see there being any issues with them, to be honest, but we'll have a look anyway. This actually looks quite a nice little set. It comes in a nice carrying case. As you can see, you've got some of the smaller bits included. Lots of variety there, including some Allen key variants. You've also got the finer screwdrivers. Now these are ideal for things like electronics. You've got much finer control, and the fact the back part spins enables you to keep hold of that in your hand while you're turning the screwdriver, so you don't have to keep loosening your grip to be able to turn it. Of course, you've got the regular screwdrivers as well, and these have got a really nice rubberized grip. They feel comfortable in the hand, and the tips are magnetic as well. They're not the strongest magnets in the world, but they do hold a screw okay. I'm glad to see that they've also included a bare handle as well, so you can snap the little bits into it. This is useful for all different types of screwdriver bits, but I really like to use it when putting together flat pack furniture. I find it fiddly using the included Allen keys sometimes, so being able to snap one into this tool handle makes it a lot easier. And the fact that this comes in a carrying case for $7.99, I don't think you can go wrong. Now let's have a look at the paint sprayer. Included in the box, you've got the paint sprayer itself, some instructions and accessories. In the accessories, you've got a spare nozzle, some cleaning stuff and a measuring cup. The container that holds the paint simply unscrews from the gun itself. With some regular water-based paint added to the container, I could use the measuring cup to check the viscosity. After reading the instructions, it says that a full cup should completely empty within 70 seconds. I had to water down the paint that I had a little bit, but I managed to get it to empty in 50 seconds, which seemed a good amount for me. To change the nozzle on the gun, it's just a case of undoing the cap at the front, and you can remove the pieces to clean them and to replace as and when needed. You can also loosen this to change the direction that the spray comes out. To adjust the flow rate of the paint, there is a small little dial on the back of the trigger. Turning this will adjust how much paint comes out. The sprayer has got a 3 metre long power cable, so that means I can keep it well out of the way of my extension lead. I'm going to be testing the sprayer out on a scrap piece of MDF. It doesn't really matter what this is, I just wanted to try how it applies, what the finish is like and how quick you can actually get it covered. I tried it out first with quite a high flow rate just to see what the finish would be like. It did go on really quickly, but it was quite a thick coat, so I was worried about it running. So I tried it again, but this time with the flow rate turned right the way down. It's still covered really quickly, as you can see, and it gave quite a decent finish, to be fair. To be fair, I think that's actually quite decent. It's gone on pretty thick and I've reduced it as much as possible and it still does come out quite thick. So lots of light coats is probably the best way to go. But looking at the surface, apart from some areas in the corners where I've probably missed, it does seem pretty nice and even. It has got some texture to it, it's not perfectly flat, but neither was the MDF that I was spraying. So for $24.99, I think that's pretty decent. After cleaning out the sprayer, it's time to try out the wood preserver. Now on the tin, it says it's suitable for the sprayer, so I'm hoping it shouldn't need watering down at all, but let's see. It took 55 seconds to run through the cup, so I'm going to say that that's pretty good to go. I'm going to be spraying this old mini picnic table that I made a few years ago. It's seen a lot of wear and tear. I'm not interested in the quality of finish on this because, as you can see, it's in quite a rough state. I'm more interested in how quickly can it be applied and does it give an even coat at least. I'm not too sure what to really make of that, to be honest. It did go on really quickly, but of course because the wood preserver is so watery, it inevitably just looks like splatter all over it. After a few layers, it does seem to be evening out now, so that's a good sign. It's definitely quicker than using a brush and a roller, but you're not going to get that precision, so it's worth keeping that in mind. But it did a really good job on the white paint. Not so good a job on the wood preserver, but it was quick, and that's what you want to do when you're painting fences and sheds. You want to get it done as quickly as possible. So for $24.99, it's worth a punt. I hope you found this video of help. I know it's not been a full-blown review. I've literally just got them out of the box and saw what I thought of them. Overall, those screwdrivers for $7.99, they're in a nice case. You can't go wrong with that. Definitely recommend getting them. The paint sprayer, the jury's out a little bit more on that one. Didn't give a great finish with the wood preserver. The finish was okay with the paint, but the big selling point is just how quickly you can get the job done. So for $24.99, even if it lives in your shed for a few months, for that one time a year where you need to do your fences or your sheds, I think it's ideal to have, so it's going to get a recommendation. I really hope you like this one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to leave a comment, leave one down below. What do you think of the paint sprayer? Is it worth actually getting, or would you give it a miss for something a bit more advanced? If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you click the subscribe button and then click the little bell icon next to it. That way you'll get a notification as soon as you upload a new video. Thank you all for watching.